Hey you guys, instead of doing a part 3 where I clean the drawers, which I'm doing the third drawer, this is part 3, I'm going to be doing a story time of like all of the good and bad things that kind of happened to me in 2023, since 2023 is about to be over. I know Halloween hasn't even hit yet, this is October 4th, that I'm doing this on, and this is going to be a memory. I know freaking New Year's is not even almost here, but I thought why not even do this where we clean the drawers. I'm just naming it like story time while I clean the drawers. So that still sounds like a good title. I'm almost done with the drawers, but I'm gonna start with Disney World. That was one of the good things that happened to me this year. It's one of my dreams that I wanted to achieve, was go to somewhere I wanted to go so badly, and accomplishing getting my YouTube a little bit bigger was one of my things. So thank you guys so much for that. Also getting Instagram a little bit bigger than what it was. TikTok, that too. Zero for Kids, if you guys don't know what that was. That. So those 4 things right there, well, 5 things right there was one of my biggest dreams. Was to do this year. So thank you guys so much for that. So I'm gonna start with Disney World. So I wanted to go there so bad. It was one of my biggest dreams was to go to Disney World in Florida, which we did. And we had a blast there. We spent 4 days in Disney World, which was a blast. We went to Animal Kingdom and all of that. And as we were coming back from Disney World, we went through Tennessee and Georgia, which is connected. And as we were coming back, I thought I was in a freaking hurricane. The rain was coming down so freaking bad. Okay, every city that we were coming through had a different freaking type of weather. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. Okay, so Tennessee was coming down, and Georgia was coming down in so much freaking rain. It was freaking purple freaking lightning. Rain coming down so hard that it probably could crack freaking windshields. I'm not even kidding. I have never experienced weather like this in my life until freaking 2023. So all this is going to be in one story. I cannot believe it. To this day, thinking back on it now, I think I was in a hurricane. Like, I'm not even kidding. And I really cannot believe what I was seeing at the time. And to now thinking about it. Because, one, we do live in Michigan. So you never know what weather it could bring to you. But it was like, my dad does not know how to stop driving a car. But it was like one of those times where we were thinking, like, should we pull over the car like this weather is bad? Like, maybe maybe we're thinking, like, could it cause a tornado? Like, we have been in tornadoes before. Well, he's been in a tornado before, but now I personally have been. Like, and it's one of those times, like, you do not want to be in a tornado, but it's like states and cities all can get them. And it does not matter where you live, anybody can. If you don't get enough rain, it does cause it. And so we were driving through, we were trying to get back home. As we start getting back into our area, it's freaking snowing and we're all in shorts and tank tops. We don't know where nothing is because it's all in the car, shoved everywhere. The freaking trunks overflowed. We don't know where nothing is. My mom has some freaking flip-flops, don't even know where her boots are. I'm in freaking sandals, do not know where my freaking snow boots are because I came in a winter jacket and boots. Because when we left, it was freaking freezing. As we got into Tennessee and Georgia, we did have to stop at the truck stop because it was getting too hot. But we threw freaking all the winter stuff all over the car because we did not need it in Florida. It was too hot for it. And we didn't know where it was. So that was crazy ourselves. So now let's get into the tornado story. My dad left to go downstairs to take our dogs out to the bathroom when the tornado happened. And all I could hear was the outside alarm go off. I'm like, why is this going off? I don't hear no Amber Alert or anything go off on my phone, tablet, TV, anything go off. So I'm like, why is this going off? So I'm like, this is not testing no more. Like, something's actually happening. All I see is the freaking sky, like, turn freaking green. I'm like, this sky only turns green for one thing. Like, for one thing, it freaking only happens for the freaking tornado. I'm, like, standing right here, looking, like, literally outside of my closet door. I'm literally looking. I'm like, that does not look good. I'm like, my dad's outside. And my dogs are outside. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I'm like, thank God the guy leave. They come in the freaking house. I'm like, I'm not stepping foot out that door. And then, like, anyways, freaking elevators are already off. And I'm like thinking, what if they already were coming up? They're freaking stuck. They could be stuck in the freaking elevator. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, thank God. So that was my wonderful tornado story of, like, God happened to me. And the other thing that happened to me this year was the car accident. No one ever wants to be in a car accident ever in their freaking life. I would never wish that on anybody, unless you have a reason for me to wish that on you. And we were going to church. Like I always tell you guys, we only have one car. We've had two before. And my dad was home. There was a lot of things going on that day. Like, DT was in here. They were trying to fix power lines because of the tornado that one day. Literally the day before we had the tornado. And DT was in here that day trying to fix the power lines because all floors had freaking, it was like one floor had freaking power. One floor didn't. Two floors didn't. It was like half a floor did. Half a floor did. Half a floor didn't. It was like, we live on 5 floors. There's 5 floors in this freaking building. And it's like 2 floors get power, 2 floors don't when a freaking power happens. Or it's 1 floor gets half power and 1 floor doesn't. And DT was in here trying to figure out what the heck happened to the power. So DT is flipping on freaking switches, doing whatever they freaking do. And all I hear is poof. And I'm like, the freaking power's off in here. Why? We're all walking around the house trying to flip freaking switches, trying to figure out what has it and doesn't have it. And I'm like, it's hot as a freaking heck in here, and the freaking air's now off. So that was wonderful what happened. I'm like, thank God my dad's home, so he at least can try to figure out what the heck's going on. Let's come back, power's back on. So I'm like, thank God. We got in the car accident that day. It was not the day for it to happen. I was not wanting to deal with it. We were driving. This lady did not know how to drive. She made me very mad. This truck goes by, hits on the side. I'm like, why is this truck even going? He does not know how to drive. As I can see in my eyes, I'm like, we're about to get going. We hit a freaking rock. Car starts smoking. Someone comes out. He was standing in his garage, seeing everything happen. I call my dad, freaking out. I'm like, we got in a car accident. Dad, come. Dad, come. Dad, come. He's on his way, freaking driving freaking as fast as he can. He's like, sorry, John X, come here. I'm like, thank God we live close. He starts coming, he's freaking out. He didn't even have his freaking shoes on. I'm like, thank God he always keeps a pair of shoes in his truck. Ambulance is coming in, fire trucks first. Cops take for freaking ever. 30 minutes to 40 minutes, that's almost freaking hour. We got to rush to Sean's house because my sister was complaining back pain and neck pain. My mom was in horrible pain. I got hit with freaking whiplash, bad, which causes headaches and neck pain, bad. Myself, mind you, I already have problems with headaches, so that's wonderful. So that was 2023, like the good things and the bad things that really happened. So I hope you guys really like that while I clean the drawer. Drawers are all fully done. They're all organized perfectly. So, yeah. Peace. Love you guys, and I hope you guys like this. If you guys want more, let me know. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out. Bye. Happy October 4th.